full moon. What is the full moon, and why are people so interested about this full moon? Why do you see everything about on spiritual channels? Full moon, astrologers, readers, tarot readers speaking about full moon. What's this big aha about full moons? Okay, what is the big drama around a full moon? Right, something I did not know before, because if you're not focused on spirituality and you focus on a mundane life, you will not know or even tune into when there's a full moon. You'll just say, oh, I see it's a full moon, and that's all, but you don't know the whole reason, or what it really means, what energies are coming through at this time. Okay, now the full moon is actually based on what? It's in a completion, it's a full cycle. A cycle has been completed. The lunar cycle is 29.5 days in full, right? For all the cycle expressions, right? So I made some notes here, because I'm not about to memorize every single thing, right? I'm not about to do that. I like to enjoy what I'm doing, right? So it's full moon associated with completion. As I said, it's about completing one cycle to another, right? Those 29.5 days, right? It's about transformation, transforming. Something new is coming through, old is getting released now, full completion. We're now looking at it, making ready for the next cycle. We're releasing and getting ready for the next cycle. Heightened emotions. That's what they say, like the wolves and the wild animals will be roaring, whatever, because it's the emotional time as well, because your moon is associated with emotions. The moon is a female energy that is carrying, right? So it's got a lot of emotional triggers in full moon. Like, for example, when a woman have their cycles in the full moon, they're getting very emotional and stuff like that, because it's all about the moon, the energy at that time, okay? And the time for introspection, time for you to look within yourself, look at your past 30 days, 29.5 days, how it has been. What have you done? How have you been flowing in spirituality in yourself? Have you been operating in peace and wellness? Do you need to do something? Is there something you need to be aware of? You can also do your ancestral stuff in full moon too as well. Okay, you can also do ancestral stuff depending on you, right? Because everybody needs to use their own intuition. Remember, in spirituality, there's no one way of doing things or practicing your spiritual practice, right? There's no templates, right? You just have to go with your intuition, with your guidance, with your spiritual guidance, right? And it's time for releasing what no longer serves you. Releasing what no longer serves you. Like today, I did a whole ritual of meditation. I cleansed my altar, my space. I cleansed my aura, and I meditated, and I did a little bit of introspection and affirmations and some prayer, and I connected with my guides and my deities, my favorite deities. Okay, that's what you do, because at the end of the day, you are responsible for your own experience. Remember, deities are just archetypal energies, they're not gods, right? Because you already a god, right? There's nothing to fear. You're just as powerful. But now remember what they say, that human beings have the power of life and death with your tongue, right? How powerful we are. So there's nothing to be afraid of. Okay, you need to understand that you're part of everything. You are spirit. So it's archetypal energies. Okay, a lot of people are not aware about that, right? So I'm not worshiping deities. I'm using their energies. I'm using their archetypal energies. I focus in and I take what I can take from them, right? That energy, that archetype, like example, Oshun, Lakshmi, that's the Asian one for wealth and abundance. Hecate, right? Goddess of the crossroads, goddess of the underworld. You understand? So yeah, there's many different archetypal deity energies, you know what I mean, out there in this whole collective experience called life. But it's up to you. You can even use Jesus. You can even use the concept of Jesus if you're Christian, right? Because there are Christian witches, right? Anyway, and because we're celebrating what you have created, looking at what you have created now. This is the time in the full moon to look at what you've created and celebrate it. Okay, and say thank you, divine source. Thank you for the strength. Thank you, my spiritual team that's helped me, my ancestors, my guides. Thank you, I've reached this level. What can I do better in the next cycle? Remember, our ancestors were governed, or actually, or not governed, maybe you could say they were aware of the cycle, so they kept to the cycles. They knew, oh, it's full moon, it's time to do this, time to do that, time to do that. You get my point? They knew very well. Now we're looking at a clock, and now we are in this whole hustle and grind. Then we're not flowing nicely with the cycles of the universe, of seasons, okay? When it's time, when it's winter, what really happens in winter? It's time to relax. All the animals are hibernating. Winter's time for you to also, go within yourself, embrace this time, right? And we're gonna go now in the southern hemisphere. We're heading towards the spring equinox season. So now we have another cycle coming through. So cycles are very important, and the moon cycles play a part in that as well. Okay. So I said about celebrating what you have created in your life experience, what you've manifested, what you've achieved. It can be highlight your it can highlight or make you aware of the hidden stuff in your subconscious mind. What's been bothering you? What's been triggering you? What's been causing problems in your mind, in your day-to-day life experience, right? Bringing clarity as well. So the full moon is also time for you to get some clarity around certain things that you don't understand. Okay. So the clarity and awareness of your emotion and physical being, right? Your body is very important, right? I know that in spirit, in religion, they tell us your body is not important, your spirit is important. Your body and your spirit are very important, right? All your bodies, your emotional bodies, your subconscious mind, your conscious mind, your superconscious mind, your spirit, all these bodies are very important, right? So you need to focus on the totality of you, right? So the full moon is time for you to go into that as well. The full moon is a time of completion. You know the cycle. Every cycle has a beginning and an ending. Like how life, like you are born, you live, enjoy this experience, and you die. Because life is a cycle. Okay, so that's what it represents. So what are the 8 cycles of the lunar calendar? The new moon, the first one is coming next after the full moon, right? The waxing moon after the new moon is a waxing moon. Then you have the first quarter, right? Then you have the waxing gibbous, right? Then you have the full again, right? Full moon. Then you have the waning again, the waning gibbous, and then you have the third quarter, and then you have the waning crescent, right? So most people we would only normally focus on the new moon and the full moon. Those 2 cycles are very important because they represent certain things into you, to humanity, to humans, right? The full moon and the new moon. New moon is about new beginnings, starting something fresh, right? There's another ritual you can do then for the new moon, but only if you're called to do so. I've been practicing spirituality since 20 what? 2017. But I've only recently been called to really focus on it more on it because spirits will only give you things when you're ready for it, okay? Information and those needs for you to tap into certain things will only be given to you when you are ready for it, okay? So don't rush to go into something that your intuition, your guides are not making you focus on. Don't rush, don't copycat. Just go with your own flow. You know what I mean? Learn things, and when you're ready, explore it more to understand it, and maybe it also implement it into your spiritual practice as well. But don't do because other people are doing, okay? Let your spirit guide you, let your divine source, your guides guide you. Okay, because life is not a competition. Spirituality is about you, right? There's no right or wrong way of expressing your spirituality and practicing it. No right or wrong way, right? So these are things we need to understand when it comes to spiritual practices, right? Okay. So the full moon at this time is a time that we need to understand. It's a real thing that's really happening. These energies. It's a completion of a cycle, and soon we're going to embark into another cycle, right?